summer weather is finally coming to a close, and that can mean only one thing in the state of Ohio: the start of another college football season. Welcome to the 2011 Ashland University Football Preview Show. I am Matt Brubaker, and I will be your host on this 30-minute journey of the upcoming 2011 AU football season. Historically, Ashland University has had much success over its 90 years of football tradition, and the 2011 season is looking to add to their legacy. Ashland University has held 13 conference crowns as well as 4 postseason appearances, the most recent being 2007 and 2008. For the past 15 years, Ashland University has been a part of the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, or better known as the GLIAC. The GLIAC is known as one of, if not the most, competitive Division II football conference throughout the nation. Last year, Ashland ended the 2010 season with 7 consecutive victories to finish the year at 8-3, and just missing out on a postseason berth. Many of the key players from last season are returning for the 2011 campaign, and expectations are high for a return to the playoffs for the Eagle squad. We sat down with head coach Lee Owens and talked about this 2011 squad and what is to be expected of this Eagle team.
We want to get out of the gate faster this 2011 than we did 2010. We lost a couple tough ones early in the conference last year, and for us to end up as a conference champion and to have a chance to play in the postseason, we can't have any letdowns early in the year. You know, we won our last 7 games in 2010, and we sat in the locker room at the end of the year knowing we weren't going anywhere and didn't have anything to show for it. We don't want that to happen again in 2011. We think the GLIAC is the best Division II conference in the country. You know, Grand Valley year in, year out is competing for national championships. You know, we're the second winningest program in the GLIAC, and we've finished second to Grand Valley 3 or 4 times since I've been here. You know, you're finishing second to a team that's obviously always competing to win it all, and they've won it all a bunch. The fact that we get so many teams in the playoffs, you know, you look at last year, just Grand Valley and Hillsdale made the playoffs, but Michigan Tech beat Grand Valley and they didn't make it. Wayne State beat Hillsdale and they didn't make it. We beat Wayne State and we didn't make it. There was really 5 teams that capable of playing in postseason play last year. We just beat each other up all the time. That's why we need to get a great start and try to find a way to finish on top of the conference standings at the end of 2011. Although I should say this, we've talked less about winning it this year than ever before. But there's a great feeling, there's a great chemistry. I made an unbelievable commitment. We used the momentum of last year's 7-game win streak to have an unbelievable off season. You know, we're thin at a few places. We're thin on the offensive line, we're thin at wide receiver, we're gonna play some young players. I think they're talented young players, but they're gonna have to grow up in a hurry, and we're gonna have to get out of the gate. And we can't let what happened a year ago. We went and lost a tough one at Indy, and we lost a tough one at Northern Michigan, and a tough one here to Hillsdale. We lost 3 of our first 4 by a total of 17 points. And we fought back and won a bunch at the end against some great teams, but we're too far behind. To guarantee the opportunity to have a ring on our finger at the end of the year, we can lose no more than once in the conference. So there just cannot be any letdowns.
Well, it looks like Coach Owens has his sights set high for the 2011 squad. When we come back, we'll see what the players' expectations are when the 2011 Ashland University Football Preview Show continues. Welcome back to the 2011 Ashland University Football Preview Show from Fred Martinelli Field. Last season, the Eagles offense led the GLIAC in scoring with nearly 38 points per game. The Eagles look to continue their scoring dominance while keeping their turnovers to a minimum. In 2010, the Eagles lost just 2 fumbles on their way to a league-leading +16 turnover ratio. We had a chance to talk with offensive coordinator Jeff Castle about the returning Letterman in his offensive backfield.
The biggest three things that we focus on is playing fast, playing physical, and also playing tough. Those are the 3 things that we want to do, and we want the fans to see each and every play and each and every game that we as an offense should portray. Well, I think the biggest thing is when we really started to do well, we kind of limited our package. We ran similar plays out of different formations, but we got really good at a smaller set of skills, which allowed us to harness the detail aspect of the game and really focus in and react to what happened as opposed to having to be in a perfect call each and every play. On offense, we're always going to hang our hat on the run. So regardless of if we're in a 2-back set or if we're in a 1-back set, we want to be able to run the football first and foremost, so we can stay on track and get into manageable 3rd down situations. And we'll utilize multiple personnels and utilize multiple formations in order to do that. Well, I think you got to have a great understanding of who your personnel is going to be going into the season. Obviously, there's going to be some surprises during training camp, but first and foremost, we're trying to win the game and we want to protect the football. Those are going to be our 2 most important goals. If we can do those things, regardless of how many points we need to score, if we just focus on winning, we'll be okay.
Most boys, when growing up playing football, dream about being the star quarterback on the high school team and leading their team into the state playoffs. Others dream about getting a scholarship and playing college football for their favorite school. Well, Ashland junior quarterback Taylor Housewright has accomplished both of these feats. What is more amazing is that Housewright has done both while attending school in the same town. The 6'2", 210-pound Housewright quarterbacked the Ashland Arrows to 2 Ohio State playoff runs and is now the starting quarterback at Ashland University. We talked to him about his decision to stay in his hometown and what his goals are for the 2011 season.
I think a lot of it was Coach Owens. I knew he was going to put together a real nice program where it was going to be a winning tradition, and that's kind of a big thing for me. I didn't want to go somewhere that I didn't think we were going to win, and I felt really comfortable here with whoever he brought in, offense coordinator-wise or defense, everything, whole coaching staff, players, that this was the best chance to win and win a lot. Last year I had 5 senior receivers, and that's pretty nice coming into having that as your first-year starter, and they helped me out a lot during the summer. I got to work with them a lot, and during the season, they were always in the right spot, and I knew where they could be. And this year, it was a team effort, offensive line blocking and everything, and this year we are going through the summer. I had a chance to work with a lot of my receivers, and we've got some new guys, and they're out there working hard. And I think this year, obviously you always want to try to complete more balls and keep getting better, and that's what we're trying to do. My biggest thing is I've never been on making goals towards yardage or, and obviously, I think maybe a goal that I've always had is every year is completion percentage, always going up in that, and but other than that, it's just win. You never know what you got to do during a game, whether it's to run the ball, throw the ball, and to me, saying you got to throw, I want to throw for 3,000 yards. Well, you don't know if you get in the game. If you can run the ball, that's great. I mean, run the ball every play. So for me, it's just do what I can to get my team every play in the right play. That's kind of my goal for the season, is make sure during the game I'm not starting to play out in the wrong play. Where we don't have a chance to be successful.
Another weapon in the Eagle backfield is senior running back DJ McCoy. The 5'9", 193-pound back from Collinwood High School in Cleveland finished 4th in the GLIAC last season with 1,344 yards rushing and 9 total touchdowns. We talked to McCoy about what's it like to play on a potent offensive squad.
Most of the success last year came to growing up faster on offense. We had a lot of guys that had to gel in quick. We started slow, so as the season progressed, we began to get better, play well, play better with each other, and just the chemistry went up. I mean, I want to be the all-time leading rusher here this year. If I get it, that's great. If I don't, I really wouldn't care. As long as we win enough games to be competing for a championship. So, but as far as daily, I mean, every week, I just really want to be in a position to control each game on the ground, whether that's the clock, keeping the defense fresh so they can go out there and get after it, just get out there and just play hard. Coming out of high school, I didn't even want to play college ball, so getting here, walking on was probably the greatest thing was being around players like Johnny Long, Nick Belenko, Bill Cundiff, and Tommy Brenner, players on defense. Everybody wanting to win as bad as I wanted to. As I reflect high school, you had 4 or 5 guys who really wanted to play, and the rest were just kind of like position fillers. But like when you get here, everybody want to play, everybody want to win. So it gives you more enthusiasm, gets you more amped up to play because I'm playing, he's playing, everybody's playing. Everybody's here to win. We all got the same goal, and we all want to do the same things. So it's more of a motivator. It makes you get after it even harder. You don't feel like you're alone in doing what you're doing. You got coaches that are staying up. Every week putting in different stuff to help the strengths of the offense and the defense. Is just, it makes you want to play hard. It makes you want to just be that much better.
It looks like the Eagles are loading up offensively to score some more major points again this season. So when we come back, we'll take a look at the other side of the ball and check out the Eagle defense when the 2011 Ashland University Football Preview Show continues. Welcome back to the 2011 Ashland University Football Preview Show from the Dwight Schar Athletic Complex. Last season, the Eagle defense led the GLIAC with a pass efficiency defensive rating of 106.2 and also led the conference with 19 interceptions. Defensive coordinator Tim Rose's squad only gave up 17.8 points per game in 2010. We talked to Coach Rose about his highly touted Eagle defense.
Well, I hope we play hard. I think that's to be good starting off. You have to play hard. You have to play with a lot of passion. And that is typified by running to the football and not laying on the ground and just being competitive and playing till a whistle, as the saying goes. Well, we try to be multiple because you face so many different opponents. So the era of being really, really simple and running 2 or 3 things is really difficult these days. In our first 4 ball games, we're going to face a 2-back team, a pistol team, a shotgun empty team, and a 1-back team, and then we go to wishbone. That's the first 5 opponents. So to think you can play one thing against or 2 things, you really can't do it. So we try to be multiple, try to be aggressive, but most importantly, we try to do what our players can do. No coach calls things if they don't work. So you call what your players can do. We need to evaluate that and sense that during 2 days in the first couple games. The one thing is our offense is great. I mean, your chance to be plus 16 because we didn't turn over very many times on offense. The other thing is, you work on it constantly, but it seems to be sometimes at years it kind of runs maybe a luck mode. You got a couple athletes that can make things happen, but I think it's not just what the defense does and what the offense doesn't do. And our offense does a great job of protecting the ball, and if they do that, then we have a chance to be good, regardless of what we do. But we need help from the offense, and we got to be good ourselves, obviously. We want to be the best in America. If we can't be the best in America stat-wise, we want to be the best in America pursuit-wise. We want to play with great passion and have nobody surpass us in terms of enthusiasm running to the football. So our goal is to be the best in America.
Out of the 19 interceptions by Ashland University last season, senior defensive back Logan Kerr picked off 8 of them to lead the GLIAC in 2010. The 5'9", 181-pound Ashland, Ohio native had 57 tackles last season, and those numbers garnered him a spot on the 2011 Sporting News NCAA Division II preseason All-American team, as well as a first-team preseason All-American selection by Consensus Draft Services. We asked Kerr about his style of play and what other accomplishments he wants to fulfill before he graduates.
Goals for myself, obviously, I was elected preseason All-American and all that. But really, it's just the biggest thing for me is I want a championship. I mean, I was close in high school. I was close. I've been close here in 08 when I was a freshman. I played on special teams. I mean, I still contributed. But the biggest thing for me is I want a championship. So whatever I got to do, if that's getting more picks than I did last year, that's getting more picks than I did last year. If that's getting no picks, that's getting no picks. And not letting them throw to my side, that's fine. It's the biggest thing for me is we all want a championship. All the guys I grew up around, I mean, that's the biggest thing we want. And to do that, you got to sacrifice personal goals for team goals. The key for 2011 is just start out fast. In this conference and the teams we play, we have to start out fast. If you start out short or start out slow like we did last year, we won that first game and then we slipped. We were kind of on a high and we thought we were there, we thought we were arrived, and then we kind of went downhill. So I mean, the biggest thing is once we get up there, we got to stay there. We got to keep pushing ourselves. We can't get complacent. I think that was a thing of last year. I believe in 06, the defense was real good, and they had the same guys returning, and they ended up giving like 30 points a game, which is not very good. So I mean, keys for this team is just not get complacent, and we gotta strive to be the best. And to be the best, you gotta come out and work every day. The reason I decided to stay in Ashland, I mean, all my friends came here, so it was kind of an easy choice. You had Taylor, Tyler, Greg. I was the last one to sign here. The biggest thing is, I mean, we were so close in high school, I think, that we decided we all wanted to go to the same school and continue and just see what we could develop. And obviously we've developed a pretty good thing. We definitely have a chance this year, the biggest chance we had ever. So, I mean, we can't let this one slip away. I mean, for a lot of us, for me and Greg, it could be our last, maybe not. So you never know.
When graduating high school and getting a chance to play at the next level, most first-year college players try to make the squad by becoming a special teams player so they can dress on Saturdays. Not Ashland's 6'2", 303-pound sophomore defensive lineman Jamie Meter. The former Parma Valley Forge player was voted the 2010 GLIAC Freshman Defensive Player of the Year. Meter finished first on the Eagles with 10.5 tackles for loss and 5 sacks in his first season. We talked with Meter on what he plans on doing to improve on his stellar rookie season.
We started off a little slow, but once we got things moving, we were doing great. And I mean, we were winning games, we were stopping offenses and getting turnovers left and right. And I was lucky enough to get Freshman of the Year in all conference, but without the help of the 10 other guys, I would have never been like that. The speed. And yeah, the speed and conditioning. In high school, I went both ways, and I thought that was pretty hard. I thought one way would be a lot easier, but heck no, it's a lot harder now. A lot better competition. I want to just keep getting better on my pass rushes, stop the runs, and hopefully get to that All-American status. A lot of turnovers and a lot of sacks. The whole defense, our D-line, we're out there to get it. Everyone. Just improving everything, better, no mistakes at all. We can't have any missed assignments, missed alignments. We just have to be as perfect as we can be across the board. every day we just work on our basics just to improve them. I mean, every day we're working on our stance, our normal get-offs, just to make them as perfect as they can be. I mean, it's always nice to just like plan to have a sack, but no. I mean, I want to help the team and get the win. Not really sure. Probably just in the summer, we were all just performing and just looking good and just realizing like we have the ability to do what we want, and we're just using our abilities to achieve it.
It has been said the most underrated part of the game of football is special teams. When we return, we'll take a look at the mindset of Ashland University's highly decorated, soon-to-be all-time extra point leader, kicker Greg Berkshire, when the 2011 Ashland University Football Preview Show continues. Welcome back to the 2011 Ashland University Football Preview Show from the Robert Troop Center. Greg Berkshire is one PAT conversion away from being first on the Ashland Career Extra Point Made list with 118. The 2010 First Team All-GLIAC kicker was also a finalist for the Fred Mitchell Award, which is given to the top college kicker in the country regardless of division. Recently, Berkshire was named to the 2011 Team USA football team and helped win the gold medal at the International Federation of American Football Senior World Championships in Vienna, Austria. We talked with Berkshire to find out what it was like to represent the United States and to receive a gold medal.
It was a great experience. Playing here with Team Ashland, I mean, it's a great group of guys, and we're a great, really close football family. But going over there, I mean, I was only with those guys for 2.5, 3 weeks total. And I mean, I feel just as close to some of those guys. I mean, I've talked to them almost every day on Facebook or whatnot, and just staying in contact with them. But I mean, it was a great group of guys. We obviously had a great time, great experience, plenty of free time. Obviously, we won the gold medal, so I mean, that made it even better. But no, it was just a great group of guys, great coaches, and just great experience overall. So. There was some pressure. I mean, it felt to me similar as to pressure here. Game kind of pressure is just kind of the same for most. I mean, there was a little bit extra pressure just being with Team USA, and like, it's our sport. We were expected to win. We're expected to be the best at each position. So yeah, you did have a little bit of pressure of being the best, but there wasn't any more added pressure than there was in a game-like scenario than there was here at Ashland. So it was unreal to just know that, like, pre-game, I mean, we're all getting warmed up and introductions and whatnot like that, and to be introduced as Team USA was something that kind of put the hairs up on the back of your neck. That was probably the best experience from that. From the games, I mean, it was nothing more than just, like I said, games here, but just being in Austria in a different country, and you're known as Team USA, you're known as the best. That was a good feeling. So.
We have highlighted just a portion of the 2011 Ashland University football team. The official coaches poll is reflecting what we think will be a fantastic season for this Eagles squad. Ashland is picked to finish the 2011 season second among the 7-team GLIAC South Division. You can catch the Eagles this season right here on Sports Time Ohio for the September 10th home opener with the University of Indianapolis, and also the September 24th game when the Eagles host Northern Michigan University. Check school and network websites for air times and dates. Well, that about wraps it up for this season. We would like to take this opportunity to thank Director of Athletics Bill Goldering and Sports Information Director Al King for helping us produce the 2011 Ashland University Football Preview Show. From Ashland University, I'm Matt Brubaker. Thanks for watching.